Hello, everybody. So I said I was going to do a live video today about coding, about medical coding. So if anyone has any questions or anything like that, then I'll be glad to answer your questions. So if you have any questions about medical coding or anything like that, feel free to hop on the live, leave your comment, leave your question, and then I'll get to it as I'm going through the live. So I'll just start off with some basics. I just got home from work. Just cut my hair on, so I'm sweating. I forgot to cut it on this morning. So I'll start off with some basics about coding, and then people can kind of hop in with their questions or whatever if you have any questions. So I'll start off with what is coding. So a lot of people will tell me, hey, I took a billing and coding program this long ago, or I just took a billing and coding program. So the first thing I want to say is billing and coding, that's two different things. I code. You'll never catch me billing. Now, if I have a job that's billing, then they're going to have to pay me two salaries for coding and for billing. So a lot of people, when they go to these schools and say they went to school for billing and coding, they think that it's just strictly coding or it's the same thing, but it's totally different. So let me break down what the difference is between billing and coding. So what is coding? So coding is when every time you go to the doctor, and I'll give you examples that you can kind of relate to and understand. So what is coding? Every time you go to the doctor, whether you're going yourself, you're going with your spouse, your kids, your parents, or whoever you're going to the doctor with, usually nowadays, now it was not like this back in the day, but nowadays you see physicians and things typing in the computer. So what they're doing is, of course, whatever is wrong with you, whatever you're coming in for, whatever they're treating you for, whatever medicines they're going to give you, whatever is going on with this visit, they're typing it as they go. So my job as the coder is, let's say let's just say for an example, you were coughing, you were sneezing, you had chills, things like that. So you go to the doctor. So when you go to the doctor, you telling them, oh, I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, I got a fever, I got chills, I'm trying to come and see what's going on. So me as a coder, what I'll do is I'll read the medical chart. And it'll say Jane Doe. Jane Doe, 35 years old, came to the doctor's office. She was coughing, sneezing, has chills, fever. We gave her a COVID test. She has COVID-19. So my job as the coder, what I'll do is I'll read the chart. Okay, they came in. It was sneezing, coughing. Okay. Oh, okay. They got COVID. So what I'll do is I'll find the code for COVID. Each single diagnosis, from your toenail hanging off to your eye being red, to you losing hair, whatever it is, whatever sign, whatever symptom, whatever diagnosis in the whole entire world is a code for it. There is a medical code for it. So what I'll do is I'll read the medical chart and I'll look for the diagnosis. And I see the diagnosis is COVID. So what I'll do is I know the COVID code off the top of my head, which is U as in umbrella 07.1. But if I did not know that code, what I'll do is I'll flip through my book or get online, and then I'll look for the code for COVID. And I'll apply the code on the chart. So that's what I do as a medical coder. Read through the charts, look for the diagnoses, look for different procedures that were performed, because every procedure that can be done, whether it's a hysterectomy, whether it's you get your appendix removed, your tonsils removed, a triple bypass heart surgery, or you getting a finger amputated, whatever procedure that a doctor can perform for you, there is a procedure code for it. There is diagnosis codes. There are procedure codes. And also, now, Medicare is a big thing, and Medicare will get their money. If you don't know, if you're not in healthcare, Medicare will get their money. So everything costs with Medicare, whether you get a Band-Aid, whether you get a gauze, if you get a wheelchair, if you get a walker, a cane. So supplies, and they call those DME devices. or medical devices. So there's codes for that too. So there's all different type of specialties. You can just work with one specialty, like a cardiologist office. So if you work in a cardiologist office and you're coding, then you know that 100% of your patients coming through their door have heart problems. So you're basically going to use one set of codes only dealing with the heart. But you might work somewhere like the emergency department. The emergency department has all different type of issues that come in there. So that's when you'll do a lot of different type of coding depending on where you work. Then they have this type of coding called for chronic conditions only, called risk adjustment coding. And that's my favorite type of coding to do. And the reason that's my favorite type of coding to do, because I only deal with chronic conditions. If you got a fever or if your knee hurting, if it's not diabetes, cancer, chronic conditions and stuff like that, then I can read through the chart and skip all of those codes that's not chronic condition because it doesn't apply to my job. So that's why I like HCC or risk adjustment coding, because you're only dealing with a certain specific set of codes. So I've explained to you what coding is. Basically reading through medical charts, finding the diagnosis, finding any procedures that was done, and finding any walkers or canes or any devices that were given, any breathing machines that they may be on and things like that, code for those things. So that's what coding is. So this is what billing is. And again, I said, I will bill. I know how to bill, but they would have to give me extra money if I was just so happen to be on a job that requires billing. My job now does not. But billing is totally different. What billing is more so dealing with insurance companies. So billing comes into play when the claims are sent off, because, there are medical claims that, that's what the coding and billing for. So once the medical claims are sent off to the insurance company, they might not get paid. So let's say they don't get paid. So once they do not get paid, then they come back to the doctor's office or to the hospital saying that this patient, John Doe or Jane Doe that you saw, you submitted the claim, something was wrong on here, and we're not going to pay you for seeing this patient. So what the biller does is the biller has to go back and see, was it the code was wrong on there, or was it the documentation improper, or the biller has to go back through these things or through these claims to see why the claim was denied. So that's what billing does. Billing is on the phone with insurance companies all day, seeing why claims are denied, things like that. I don't want to be on the phone with insurance companies all day. I don't want to know why we didn't receive the money or nothing like that. So that's why I don't like billing. So when people say, oh, I do coding and billing or billing and coding, that's totally different. There's two separate jobs, but a lot of people don't explain it that way. They just be wanting you to hurry up, sign up for these classes, bring me your money. Oh, yeah, you want to do billing and coding? Come on. And really don't explain the intricacies of and the differences of billing and coding. So that's the difference between what is coding and what is billing. So who should take this class or things like this? So I have a few suggestions. First, if you're already into healthcare, if you are a medical assistant, patient care tech, you do front desk, you do billing, you do healthcare administration, you're a nurse, whether you got your RN, LPN, FNP, if you're already into healthcare, this is something that'll be very, very, very good for you if you're already into healthcare. So let me go a little deeper for you. So now healthcare is making a turn. A lot of things used to be what you call fee for service, which means every time you go in and get a service, there is a fee for that service. Fee for service. So now what a lot of companies are doing, they're going toward the risk adjustment route. And what that is, we are assessing this patient's risk. If they're really sick, they got a lot of issues, that means we as the insurance company are going to spend a lot of money managing this patient's health. So that fee for service, that'll get draining for a company to have to pay for every time a sick person has to get services done. Because think about it, they're sick. So that means you might be running to the hospital all the time, the doctor's office all the time. That's a lot of money. So now what they're doing is called risk adjustment. And what that is there are Medicare Advantage programs, and it's managed by Medicare. What they're doing is they're saying Aetna, let's just say for Aetna, Blue Cross, or whoever it is, they may partner with a Medicare Advantage plan. There you go, value-based care. There you go, Joy. But see, I didn't want to use those big words because a lot of people don't know the difference between fee-for-service and value-based care. So yes, they're switching from fee-for-service and what you call value-based care, which means your care is not based on a fee, or your service is based on the quality of the care that you're receiving from these health plans. So what's happening now is Aetna, Blue Cross, a lot of these people are paying Medicare Advantage plans. Say, look, we got a sick patient. John Doe is very sick. So you're saying that you can keep the cost down for John Doe. So what we'll do is we'll give you $2,000 a month to take care of John Doe. So if John Doe has to go to the hospital, he needs labs, he needs to go to the doctor's office, whatever it is, this $2,000 should take care of John Doe for the whole month. So what's happening is that's making physicians step up the quality of care. And that's because, let's say this company is getting $2,000 for John Doe. But if we can keep John Doe at the hospital, if we can manage his care good enough or really, really well, then that means that this $2,000 that this Aetna or Blue Cross is giving me to take care of John Doe, we can keep it in our pocket for our company. Or we only spend $500 because now he's under our care. We're making sure he's taking his medicines. He has the proper resources. He has everything he needs. So we're only spending $500 of the $2,000 that we're giving, which means we're pocketing $1,500. So that's what the care is being switched to now. Value-based care. So people who should take this class, if you're already into healthcare, and I'll start with like MAs or CNAs or patient care tech, if you're doing front desk, if you're doing billing or something like that, this will be a good thing for you to increase your salary. You're already in healthcare. You may not want to be a clinician like a nurse or anything like that. So you want to still make good money, but you don't want to be a clinician. You don't want to be a nurse or anything like that. So coding will be very good for you, being that it's a short-term class and it's a kind of like increase your salary overnight type of situation. Going from whatever you're making as an MA, a CNA, a patient care tech, front desk, billing, and then you do coding, that's a huge increase in your salary. Let's say you're already a nurse, LPN, RN, you're a healthcare administrator. I know a lot of healthcare administrators that has taken my class, has got coding so they can get a better understanding of what's going on. I have family nurse practitioners who take this class, people with their doctorate degree in education or healthcare or things like that. So if you're already in the realm of healthcare, whether you're a clinician or whether you're on the administrative side, this will be great for you as well, so you can understand the intricacies of getting your reimbursement back. So coding is all about money. If you know how to get a company money, if you know how to get them money or save them money, why wouldn't they want you on their team? Well, and then this is a career. This is not a job. This is a career. For coding, the same codes that we use here in the U.S. for coding is the same codes we use around the world. If I wanted to move to Russia, if I wanted to move to Jamaica or Canada or whatever other country, Africa or whatever, everybody uses the same coding set. So there's nothing that you can use for your state or for your city or even for the U.S. to be exact. This is something universal worldwide. Coding is managed by who? The World Health Organization. So this is worldwide. This is nothing that you can just do and, it's just for Tennessee or just for Atlanta. It's for Georgia. No, this is like worldwide. You can get a job anywhere, any country, anything with coding. So if you're already a clinician, nurse, nurse practitioner, LPN, things like the RN. So this will be good for you because this says, not only do I know how to treat patients, not only do I know how to see patients, but I also know how to get your money back as far as reimbursement from insurance companies. So you're telling them as an LPN, or RN, a nurse practitioner, your doctorate as a nurse practitioner, all those things, a CRNA or whatever it is you're doing, you're telling them, not only do I know how to treat patients, but I know how to make sure we get our money back too. So if you're a healthcare administrator, that's really good. Even if you're a physician, I teach physicians every single day how to do coding. They've never had to learn coding until now because of the time we're in with healthcare and what's going on and what it's changing to. So I teach physicians every single day about coding. So this is not like a lot of people didn't want to get into coding because they thought it was like a lower level job or it didn't make as much money. Like one of my mentors in coding was making well over 6 figures in coding, and that's what made me jump into it and wanted to do it as well. I thought it was a rinky-dink job. I was about to go back for my master's degree or something, you know what I'm saying? Then they introduced it to me. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And then when she was telling me and showed me, you know what I'm saying, how much money was available in this field, if you're making well over 6 figures, this is not a rinky-dink career like I thought it was. And as y'all see, that's why I go hard. And that's another reason why I tell a lot of people about it is because I know what it has done for me as far as stabilizing my career, financially, putting me in a better place. So why wouldn't I want to tell somebody else about this too if I know what it's done for me? Especially people who know me for real, know me in real life or whatever, has watched me transition from this. Y'all know I get a job every 3 months. I didn't care nothing about a job. So y'all know about being stable in a career and finally just finding something that give you a lot of money, give you fulfillment, and it doesn't take a long time to do. So also this will be good for if you have like any school age kids who's just graduated from high school, who's going into college, things like that. That'll be good for them too. So a lot of our kids, college is not for everybody, number one. College is not for everybody, and it's okay. You know, it's a lot of people that I know do not have a college degree at all, does coding, only have coding certifications, and make way more money than I know with people who got master's degrees. So everybody's not cut out for college. So if you have any school-age kids, you know, just graduated from high school, maybe this year, last year, a couple of years ago, they're not sure about the direction they want to go. They're working in a warehouse or they're working somewhere that's not good for them or doesn't make a lot of money or think this is a short-term career, not just a job. If they can sit in school for 12 years, learn whatever they learn, graduated, and go and sling boxes in a warehouse, surely you can tell your kids, hey, this is something that's going to take you 10 weeks. I'm going to pay this $700 for you, and you're going to sit in here and you're going to learn this, and you're going to take the test when you're done, and then you'll be out of the warehouse, or you'll be out of Walmart, or you'll be out of McDonald's, or wherever. Not saying that those are bad jobs at all, because a paycheck is a paycheck. If I had to go and flip some burgers, I ain't have no other choice, or whatever the case, I'm there. So don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is when there are other opportunities available, when there's more money out here, why settle for little things just because it's simple or it's easy or it's right there or it's direct? So no, it's a lot of money to get out here. And even with my coding certification, I enter a realm of health IT. Anybody know that IT, period, anything makes a lot of money. And then when you put the health with the IT, I was making $6,500 every 2 weeks. They flew me out. Y'all saw in like 2019, 20, when I was in Florida traveling on the planes and doing all this stuff. That was $6,500 every 2 weeks. It was contract work. It was a 6-month contract. But for 6 months, my lowest check was like $4,400 every 2 weeks. And it was giving me money to eat with, paying my flights, my rental car, my hotel. So I wasn't spending no money. The only thing I was doing was paying my bills online, you know, for my house. So I could have a house to come back to, of course. But when I was out there, my room was paid for. You was giving me $60 to eat with every day. I had a rental car to ride around in. You gave me reimbursement for my gas. So I used my coding certification to enter a field that you have to have a degree in. You got a mouthpiece. Sometimes you don't need no degree in certain things, or you don't need some. If you got this up here, you got some common sense and a mouthpiece, you in there. That's all you need. Don't let nobody tell you what you're not capable of doing, what you can't do because you don't have this or you haven't got this. If you got some brains, you got some common sense, you got a mouthpiece, you got a possibility. Period. So that's the difference between billing and coding. That's who should take the class. Like if you just graduated from high school, you're throwing boxes, or you're at a job making minimum wage, or you're tired of working in a warehouse, you want something different, You want to work in healthcare. You want to increase salary. You're already in healthcare. Those are good ideas to or good reasons why you should do this as well. So how long does it take? That's the big question. Everybody want to know. So how long does it take? So a lot of these things depends on you. That's why I have a designated time for my course or whatever, because a lot of times you can pay for these courses. There are two main coding organizations. There's the AAPC, which stands for the American Academy of Professional Coders. That's what mine is through. And you have one called AHEMA. Those are the two main coding organizations. Now, if you have a coding certificate from any other organization than them two, now it's good to have and it's a start, but they ain't checking for that. And I'm just a messenger. I'm just, I've been doing this for a while. I ain't trying to do nothing but motivate you. But if you have a coding certification from anybody other than AAPC or AHEMA, then you have to step your game up. That's probably why you're saying, well, I don't make that much money coding, or I don't do this. That's probably why. So a lot of times when you sign up for these programs like Remington or Concord or whatever the case, they have billing and coding programs. And they don't even tell you what certification that you're sitting for. And you don't have all the information on your own because you're depending on them to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. So if you decide to take a coding course somewhere else, I'm giving one too, and I'll give that information out. However, if you decided to take it anywhere else, because even if you don't take it with me, I want you to have the right information. So if you go and take this coding course from anybody else, ask this question: is this class or is this course preparing me for a certification through the AAPC or through AHEMA, AHIMA? If they say no, neither one of those, do not give them people your money. Do not give them your money. Do not. Because I used to work in college admissions. Y'all know I used to do everything. Licensed cosmetology, worked in admissions. Y'all know. Technicolor was staff line. We can go all the way back. An animal hospital. Y'all know I worked at a lot of jobs. So I worked in college admissions. And when I first started working in college admissions, I thought, yes, I'm finna change lives. I'm finna help people get in college, get in school, get these trades. You know what? Every Friday we used to have a meeting. You know what they're concerned about? How many people you enrolled in your school? They don't care about nobody grades, who dropped out, who stayed. How many did you enroll this week? So a lot of these schools want your enrollment. They want your dollars. They want to keep their jobs. So they're not going to give you all of the information. So if it's not from AHEMA or AAPC, do not give them your money. Do not take the class. Do not waste your time. Unless you just want to start somewhere and work your way up. But it'll be a waste of time and money. So how long does it take? There are two main coding certifications through the AAPC. And so the rest of this video, we'll talk about the AAPC. That's who I'm most familiar with, though. That's who my certifications are through. I already have one. Going to take another one this Friday. I already know I'm going to pass it, so you might as well say I have two. Call me Shakari Richardson if you want to, but I take it Friday. I'm going to pass, so I got two. Cocky, whatever. So anyway, how long does it take? So most times you can pay your money and there are self-paced classes. And they give you a year to complete your self-paced classes. I wanted to put a time limit on mine. I got 10 weeks. For this certified risk adjustment code. Risk adjusting coding is becoming increasingly popular because, everybody in our community now are getting sick, chronic conditions, diabetes, all this old stuff. So chronic condition coding is becoming very, very, very popular. So I'm teaching the CRC, Certified Risk Adjustment Coding course. So like I said, if you sign up with the average program, they give you a year to complete the course. It's self-paced. I'm working on my website right now. I'm working on a curriculum. I'm almost done. And even when I'm complete and it becomes a self-paced course, you won't have a year. You will not have a year. I've noticed when you give people a year or things like that, they don't get it done. Let the time run out. Oh, I thought I had time. And before you know it, it's 6, 7, 8, 9 months. No. Once you pay your money, I'm going to give you a time limit. And I'm sure you don't want to waste your money. I'm sure you don't. So you're going to know that you're on the clock and you got a certain amount of time to finish this up so you can get ready to take the exam. So it usually takes, if you're on your stuff and if you really want this certification, even with it being self-paced, it'll take you anywhere between, let me go back. So there are two main coding certifications through the AAPC. The CPC, which is Certified Professional Coder. And then there's the CRC, Certified Risk Adjustment Coder. Which one is the more challenging of the two? If you ask me, and if you ask any other coder, I'm sure they're going to tell you the same. The more challenging of the two is the one I already have, which is the CPC, Certified Professional Coder. That basically is saying you know how to code every single subject, whether it's gynecology, urology, cardiology, endocrinology, whatever body system, oncology, whatever body system, whatever condition, that CPC says you know how to code every single system, because that test has 17 different subjects on it. 17 different subjects. So it's going to go through every single body system and make sure you know how to code every single body system. So that's one of the main certifications people get, the CPC. So that ought to take you, if you're on your stuff, even with it being self-paced, you logging in every week, you're completing the course, it shouldn't take you no longer than 5 or 6 months to complete that course and be scheduled for your exam. So imagine working somewhere and you're getting $15 an hour. That's not bad. It's decent. But, it's always something better. So imagine you working. No, I ain't even going to say imagine you. I'm going to take, because people have the tendency to feel like you're talking about them or something. So I'll say me. Before I started coding, I was working as a patient care coordinator at a fertility center. I was making $20 plus bonuses. My bonuses were real good. But the base was $20. It was cool. It was decent, but it wasn't good money, especially if you got kids, you got bills, you want to do stuff. I like to travel. So it was decent, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing I knew I can live the rest of my life off, not $20 for me. It might be good for some. I know for me it was. I did my coding course, and in a matter of a year, my first job starting off, I wasn't certified yet. Mouthpiece, remember I told you? Mouthpiece. Wasn't even certified yet. The job said, do not apply if you're not certified and if you're not experienced. I didn't have either. I didn't have neither, either, whatever you want to call it. I had this, though. I got this, though. You know what I'm saying? I got confident. I'm Shakara in the inside. I had that. You know what I'm saying? So, went to the interview. Because they still called me. Star wasn't certified. I didn't lie. You know what I'm saying? Called me for the interview. Killed the interview. My first job was $24.50. My first coding job. And was not certified. People was telling me, it's going to be hard for you to find a job. Even when you get certified. I've been certified 2 years. I ain't found no job yet. This one thing I found. Okay, I take heed to your circumstances. I understand what you've been through. But that ain't me. I mean, I understand, thank you for forewarning me, but I don't think I'm going to have them same problems as you. I got a mouthpiece, I got brains, I got comment. I got a lot of stuff that I'm not saying that you don't have, but I know what I do have. So thanks for the advice, but I don't think I'm going to have those same kind of problems. And I didn't. Wasn't even certified yet. Didn't have any experience. My first coding job was $24.50. And was the increase upon me passing the certification exam. So you guys already know, if you've given me $24.50 and I'm not certified, you already know what's going to happen once I get my certification. I can't go down. And a lot of people say, you might have to humble yourself. You might have to take a little less money once you get certified, because everybody don't start off like that. I don't know what everybody else doing. I can just tell you about me, what I'm going for, what I'm not going for, what's going on, what ain't going on. So once I got certified, if I was already making $24.50, was not certified, you guys already know what time it was once I got certified. Nothing under $25, or I can direct you to somebody else. This not the job for me. I appreciate the opportunity, but this ain't it. This ain't it. So you can basically overnight, kind of change your financial situation in a short period of time. So the CPC, the CRC, that's the 10-week course. Hey, Nancy. So the CRC is a 10-week course I'm giving on October the 2nd through December the 18th. $700, and there are payment plans. Oh, I will also give you, if you want to look up any information about coding through the AAPC organization, the website is www.aapc.com. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about medical coding. And you will see how much the classes are. So I told you how long it takes, anywhere between 3 months for your CRC, all the way up to 6 months for your CPC. So 3 to 6 months you can be certified in coding. 3 to 6 months. Certified in coding. Okay. So another subject, school. So let's talk. We talked about money as far as, we talked about the length of time. We talked about how much money you can make as far, the CRC. So let me tell you this. Went back, I got off subject. So if you ask anybody who's coding the difference between the CPC and the CRC, they will tell you that the CRC, the class I'm teaching starting October, is a lot easier. It's a lot easier because you're only using one code book. Oh, this the gag, y'all. I didn't tell you. You can use your coding books for the national exam. They do not expect you to remember every diagnosis code in the world, every procedure code in the world, every medical supply or device code in the world, so you can use your book. But don't underestimate it, because that's how I failed it the first time. I can use my book. I don't have to study that hard. The answers is right here. But no, you're still going to need to know where to flip in your book, familiar with your different body systems. It's not that easy as far as, I can use my book. I don't have to study. No. But it does make it easier that for a national exam that can change your financial situation overnight, or can increase your knowledge if you're already in healthcare, increase your value to an employer, and all of those things, and you can use your book to get it. Oh, that's what made me sign up. So you mean to tell me I can change my financial situation overnight? I can have a stable career. This is something I can grow and do different things in. Even with my degree, this is probably going to bring me more fulfillment, money, anything than my degree. And I can use my book. Where do I sign up at? I want to sign up today. And that's exactly what I did. Somebody gave me all the information. That's exactly what I did. So let's talk about schools. So I'm going to be very transparent on this video. We're going to talk about money as far as the potential salary, who should take this course, the different coding organizations. So let's talk about the different schools. So we already talked about different schools to tell you about billing and coding. Come sign up, blah, blah, blah. So you can go to a trade school like Remington, Concord, or school like Southwest or something like that and take coding. But you're going to pay about $15,000 and you're going to go 9 to 10 months. You don't have to go their route. The average coding course, you can either take it through the coding organizations, or you can take it through someone like me, who is an instructor who teaches coding, who prepares you for the coding organizations. You're going to pay anywhere between $1,500 on the low end and $4,000 on the high end for coding classes. For coding classes, anywhere between $1,500 and $4,000. I have a class starting October the 2nd through December the 18th, $700. So this ain't new. Everybody like, why your class so cheap? Is this something different between yours or what they teach and what? No. If anybody know me, they know I've been doing this for years, putting job stuff up, do resumes, help people with interviews, and this is just what I do. Of course, there's a price on it, but this is what I do. I want to just help anyway. This is something that changed my situation, so I don't have to charge an arm and a leg to give this information away. So that's why I gave you the website so you can check it out. Most classes going to be anywhere between $1,500 and $4,000. My class, $700, 10 weeks. 10 weeks. So you can actually end your year learning a new skill and beginning your new year, taking the exam, passing the exam, new skill, new career, new money. Simple. See, a lot of times people make it harder than what it have to be. It's not. It's definitely not. So do anybody have any coding questions before I get off of here? Definitely, Nikki. Nikki said, don't waste your time with any school who do not know about these two organizations. Nikki is one of my mentors as well. Nikki is a coder, and she also is a nurse. She has a BSN, baby. She's a nurse. And that's why a lot of nurses or a lot of people like, oh, I didn't think coding was like that. I think it was a rinky-dink. No, it's not a rinky-dink job, baby. It's a very stable career that makes a lot of money. I know a lot of coders that make a lot more money than nurses probably would ever dream about making. And not to downplay nursing or anything like that, but it's to say that coding is not a rinky-dink job. Like one of my mentors who got me into coding, she probably make about 3 or 4 times more than the average nurse. And she has coding certifications. So it's not a rinky-dink job. It's a very stable career where you can make good money in it. It just depends on what you want to do. And most of these jobs are from home. From home. So do anybody have any questions? Before I go, anybody have any questions about coding? And if you don't want to ask any questions on the live, that's cool. You can always jump inside my inbox. Ask me any questions you want to. Jump in my inbox. So I have an Instagram. Also, if you want to follow me for all of my coding stuff on Instagram, it's the coding coach _ CPC. C is in cat, P is in Paul, C is in Charlie. The coding coach _ CPC on Instagram. And on Facebook is Dynamic Billing and Coding Group. Dynamic Medical Billing and Coding Group on Facebook. On YouTube, you can catch me on YouTube, MJ, the Coding Coach. My website is under construction. It's almost done. www.alliedhealthprepacademy.com. Allied, ALLIED, healthprepacademy.com. So I'm about to get off of here. Let me make sure nobody has any questions. See, my board is here in the back. I'm getting ready for the class. So let me back up and show you. So I got to back this way because you can't see my office because, let's see. I got all this stuff everywhere. I don't even want to. Okay, so bam. I'll show you like this. So you see the self-paced courses. They're coming about $12.75. Here's the CRC course information. Here. I'm getting ready for the class. What y'all going to do? October the 2nd through December the 18th. There are payment plans available. If you have any questions, hit my inbox. Follow me on those social media sites. YouTube, Instagram. Hey, Jardine. Ain't Aunt Jardine. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Follow me on all those platforms. You have any questions? Oh, my backyard is so serene. Let's see. So if you have any questions, make sure you hit my inbox with those questions. I'm about to end the live. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope I answered all of your questions about billing, about coding, about how much it costs, how long it takes, the course in October. So again, before I end, let me say the course is October the 2nd through December the 18th. It's $700 with payment plans. Once you complete the course, now you will need one coding book for the course. I will supply the rest of the study material. You will need one ICD-10 coding book. That book is around $100. So a lot of people say, oh, I got to pay for this, got to pay. It's an investment. All the money, like when I did my coding course, my class was $3,000. Plus I had to buy books that was $350. Plus I had to pay for an exam. Plus I failed the exam and had to take it again. And you know what? If I had to do it all over again, spend maybe about $5,000 or $6,000. If I had to spend it all over again, I'll spend it all over again. All over so fast. It wouldn't even be a question. If I had to choose between my coding class and paying my light bill and being in the dog, I would have been in the dog at the library taking coding class because I know it was going to be a brighter day once I get through. Knowing what I know now, if I had to make those two lights off, please, let me get this coding class. because I know in a couple of months it's going to be back on. So, if you have any questions, I'm going to send you the information, Ebony. It's a breakdown as far as the payments. So, I'll send you the information. I don't know why people call back-to-back when you hitting the decline button. So, if anybody want information about this coding class, the CRC, Certified Risk Adjustment Coding, about chronic conditions, you only need one book for this class. You can also use the book for the exam. The exam is $325. So this whole process with the books, the exam, the course, all that, you might spend about $1,100. It's going to take you about $1,200, the whole total of everything. You don't have to pay for the exam and things until you're until you finish the course. But in total, $1,200, 10 weeks out of your life for something totally different for 2022. What you gonna do? So if you have any questions, hit my inbox. Thank you so much for joining me and for watching.